Right, everybody. Wow. That's all I can say. Fucking wow. What a night that was. What a WrestleMania that was. I was really impressed with night 1 of WrestleMania, everybody, but night 2 really flew off the handle. Especially the main event. And I'll get to that in just a moment. But what a WrestleMania this was. WrestleMania 40 overall, fantastic pay-per-view. Got to be one of the best WrestleManias of all time. I'm not sure about the best, but definitely one of the best. One of the best WrestleManias I've seen in a long time. And I'll get to it in just a moment. We're here to review night 2. For those of you who haven't seen Saturday review of night 1, please check that out. I'll leave that in the link in the description for you. Please check that out and leave a comment. Okay, night 2 of WrestleMania. The attendance 72,755 in the Philadelphia arena. In the first match, Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins to win the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk was at ringside doing commentary. This was the match itself between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but it was like a strange world title match. It was a match where Drew McIntyre kept on repeating his finisher over and over and over again. I think this was like just to wear down Seth Rollins and test his toughness, basically. I don't expect Seth Rollins to put on a long match. You know, he was at night 1, he was in the main event of night 1. No doubt he's through a lot of pain, he's fucking exhausted. I don't expect him to wrestle a very long match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think this was one of the reasons why Drew McIntyre kept on hitting his finisher over and over again to Seth Rollins. And again, Seth Rollins was kept kicking out of his finisher. In my opinion, they need to be careful when they do this, because if they keep hitting their finisher over and over again, fans are going to think it's going to lose its touch. You know, and people might think they believe it's not an effective move anymore. But the match itself was really fine for a world title match. I was really surprised this was the first match of the night. I thought that I was going to save this for later on in the card. But I like Seth Rollins, I like Drew McIntyre. And again, with CM Punk at ringside, made it all worthwhile. Because at the end of the match, when Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins for the world title, he went to ringside and he was staring down CM Punk. You know, CM Punk said some hilarious things on commentary, but then he attacked Drew McIntyre by hitting his leg, and he fell off the announce table. And then he took off the protective brace off his arm, indicating that he wasn't really hurt. And then he continued to attack Drew McIntyre. And then Damian Priest came out and cashed in Money in the Bank, took advantage of the attack from CM Punk. He pins Drew McIntyre and he wins the World Heavyweight Championship. You know, and I had no idea that Damian Priest was going to do this. To tell you the truth, I thought Damian Priest was going to play a role in the main event, you know, cashing in on, you know, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I thought that was going to be the deal. But obviously I was wrong, you know, and, you know, Damian Priest is now the World Heavyweight Championship. This indicates that there might be a feud now between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. You know, CM Punk getting vengeance on Drew McIntyre for his injury. If he was injured, you know, he took off the brace off his elbow and he looked perfectly fine. So that might be a kayfabe. But again, it was a really great way to open up WrestleMania. I mean, the opening to WrestleMania on night 1 was really good, but this was just as good. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm shocked the world title was on first. I'm happy that Drew McIntyre won, but for him to lose it to Damian Priest, I really wasn't expecting that. So that was like a WrestleMania moment, and it really pulled off really well. So really impressed with the opening. I've still got this cold, everybody, so I apologise if I sound a bit off. You know what I mean? I've had this cold that's been bugging me all fucking week. Now, the next match, I'd have to say, is the poorest match of the night. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice to see this type of match at WrestleMania, but something didn't seem quite right in this match. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits defeated the Final Testament in a 6-man Philadelphia street fight match. Snoop Dogg was at ringside doing commentary, and Bubba Ray Dudley was a special guest referee. It was nice to see Bubba Ray Dudley and Snoop Dogg. Especially Bubba Ray Dudley. You know, many people will be saying, where's Devon Dudley? You know what I mean? But it was still nice enough to see Bubba Ray Dudley. He played a funny role as the referee. There was a scene towards the end, you know, where he got pushed around and he put on the old-fashioned glasses from ECW. You know, they did the "What's up?" You know, that was a nice little thing to see. It seemed like this match was kind of botchy in some sort of way. I mean, Bobby Lashley took a move on a steel chair and it looked as though he really injured his neck. I mean, I'm glad that wasn't the case because he managed to carry on with the match. There was also another botchy moment where the women got involved, and one of the women was meant to get hit in the back with one of the steel trash cans, and she did like a really poor job of using the trash can as a weapon, like as if she hardly touched her. You know, that seemed a bit off. You know, that could have been done more realistic with more impact, you know, because we all know them trash cans are made of aluminium. You know, a lot of people would say they're not real metal trash cans, but newsflash, if you use real trash cans, you're going to fucking hurt somebody. You know what I mean? So, aluminium ones seem more, they hurt just as bad. But, you know, for safety reasons, they use aluminium. You know what I mean? But, it could have been done more better, you know, where the way she used the trash can on her back of her opponent, you know what I mean? And there was also a moment where a table broke unexpectedly. That wasn't meant to happen, you know, when I was meant to do the "What's up?" you know, and do the frog splash off the top turnbuckle. But the table broke before they set it up, but they put it right with a new table. And, of course, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits got the victory. You know what I mean? It was a fun little match, but again, very botchy, and it seemed like there was a lot of things wrong with this. But again, it was still nice to see Bubba Ray Dudley, and I'm not saying this was like a disastrous match, but at the same time, the match had its problems, but it was still like a little fun match to see. It was nice to see a street fight at WrestleMania, I suppose. But again, it was my least favourite match on the card tonight. In the third match, LA Knight defeated AJ Styles in a classic match. I mean, I like LA Knight, he's one of the future stars. I really like AJ Styles, he's doing a really good job pulling off as a heel. Both guys were putting on like a great technical wrestling match for this. You know, that's what this match was all about. It was all about putting on a technical, great match. I mean, they do that with some opponents at every WrestleMania. Like at that match between Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21, you know. A classic match, and these guys did exactly the same thing. LA Knight and AJ Styles did a classic match. I was rooting for LA Knight to win, and I got that prediction right. There was a moment where the protection on the floor got exposed, and LA Knight took a backdrop on the concrete. You know, nevertheless, he still managed to pull off a victory, even though I thought that he was going to get a count-out victory, AJ Styles, because the ref was counting. It counts to 9. AJ Styles managed to, LA Knight managed to rush into the ring and continue the match, and he was victorious, and very happy that he won. I like LA Knight, I like AJ Styles, but this was a nice WrestleMania win for LA Knight. You know, he's a future star, it was only right he got the victory. Really great with what these guys put on in the match. Okay, in the fourth match we get a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Logan Paul retained. He defeated Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Good match for the United States Championship. If you're going to throw in a triple threat match for WrestleMania, this would be it. I mean, all three of these guys are main eventers. I know I slag Kevin Owens off from time to time, saying that the guy bores me, you know, but I've got mixed emotions about Kevin Owens. I'm not sure if I say Kevin Nash just, but I mean Kevin Owens. But I've got mixed emotions about Kevin Owens. I mean, I'm not putting down the guy's toughness. He's probably a good wrestler. I know from time to time I say he bores me, but although I admit somebody bores me, I also admit that he does sometimes put on good main events. I don't know what it is about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Something just doesn't click with me with those guys. But again, I'm happy Logan Paul won. I like Logan Paul. I like him more than Kevin Owens. But I like Randy Orton and Logan Paul both at the same time. I think they're great athletes. I don't know why Randy Orton was thrown into this triple threat match though. You know, in my opinion, he should have had more of a bigger match at WrestleMania. You know, he's just come back from injury. It was nice to see him get a title shot of some kind. But at the same time, with him being in the US title picture, it seems like a downgrade from the main event. You know, I mean, all three of these guys prove that the US title is just as prestigious as the world title by putting on this epic match for it at WrestleMania. But I don't know. I thought Randy Orton would have had more of like a bigger match at WrestleMania, you know. He could have had a classic match just like LA Knight and AJ Styles did on a one-on-one. I mean, I have the same problem with what he had at the Royal Rumble in that Fatal 4-Way for the WWE title. I thought to myself, shouldn't that have been one-on-one with Roman Reigns? At least then he could have had a clean match with Roman Reigns, you know. Here I feel exactly the same thing, you know. It's a triple threat match for the title, but nevertheless, I enjoyed the match. I was happy Logan Paul won. He proved that he belongs in the WWE. He's a future star. I like the effort that all three of these guys put in for the main event. You know, it was a bit funny at the start when Kevin Owens gave Randy Orton a lift to the ring in that go-kart or whatever. You know, we had that that guy in that cosplay fucking bottle getting involved when he pulled Randy Orton's leg, but he seems an RKO through the announce table. So some good bits and pieces thrown in this match, and it was entertaining nevertheless. But Logan Paul won, I accept that. So good match. Now this match felt a bit weird, but again I really enjoyed the match. Bayley defeated Io Sky for the new Women's Championship. Now I don't know if the crowd was being disrespectful during this match, because I was singing that song, hey, hey, baby, ooh, I wanna know if you be my girl. Now, Michael Cole said at commentary that this was a way to support Bayley. Now, I don't know about that, because usually when the fans start doing things in the crowd, like using a beach ball or singing a song or doing a chant, it usually shows that they're bored and they're like trying to entertain themselves. But I don't know if that was a sign of disrespect during this match. I mean, me personally, I'll never join in with the crowd if I was bored or anything like that, because I mean, this was a great match. I like Bayley more than Io Sky though. I'm not putting away anything from Io Sky. I think she's very beautiful, she's a great athlete, but her title reign as women's champion hasn't seemed to be very enthusiastic, if you get what I mean. I mean, Michael Cole said at the start of this match that she's one of the most underrated women's champions, and that's probably one of the case, but that could have made her reign a little bit more interesting. So again, Bayley was the Royal Rumble winner, and she defeated Io Sky to become the new women's champ. I mean, although the crowd was singing at the start of this match, showing signs of boredom, the crowd soon paid attention to the match towards the end, where Bayley was putting on great wrestling, and when she defeated Io Sky as well. And I think the crowd was just very happy that she won as well, because she received a standing ovation. You know, I was happy with both women's performance in this match. You know what I mean? So happy Bayley won and became the new WWE Women's Champion. You know, she deserves it. She's one of the all-time greats. Like I say, she's a Money in the Bank winner, Royal Rumble winner. She sets a record for the Royal Rumble, you know. So she's definitely one of the best women that WWE has got yet to offer at the moment. So happy she won. And in the main event, the match of the night in my opinion, Cody Rhodes defeats Roman Reigns to become the new champion under Bloodline rules. The reign is over. And I've got to tell you, this was an outstanding match. And I'm not just talking about the performance of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. The ideas they used in this match to make this match so entertaining towards the end was incredible. But first I want to talk about the wrestling between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I know I did a review about Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble and how disappointed I was. And then I ranted on about saying that Cody Rhodes is boring and all that kind of thing. But these last few months I've really warmed up to Cody Rhodes. I can understand why the fans like him now, because, you know, he's been part of this big feud with the Bloodline and The Rock, and he's played an important role in the whole feud. And he's proved that he's a main eventer, because I mean, he just went through night one, you know, going through that great match and that tag team match, and now he's repeating it again the following night after being so exhausted and tired and beat up. And he manages to put on another great show. I mean, I've got a friend who's not the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, but even me admitted that he was impressed with Cody Rhodes' performance. And even he admitted that the main event for this WrestleMania was terrific. You know what I mean? I mean, like I say, there was a lot of false finishes, there was a lot of interference. The interference side of things towards the end was really incredible. I was not expecting the Usos to get involved. I was not expecting Seth Rollins to come out dressed as the Shield to get involved. I was expecting John Cena to come out. you know, and he did the FU to that other guy through the announce table. But then The Rock came out to give Cena the rock bottom. And then I wasn't expecting the lights to go out for The Undertaker to appear. He just a choke slam to The Rock. You know, I wasn't expecting any of that stuff. And it was so entertaining. It felt so edgy. It felt like a great WrestleMania moment. It felt like old schoolish. You know, with Cena and The Rock becoming face to face. And then The Undertaker choke slamming The Rock out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And it was just so entertaining and so well done. I mean, all guys deserve credit for this. And because of all this, you know, Cody Rhodes took advantage of the situation and he pins Roman Reigns and he becomes the new champ. Again, outstanding effort, a great main event, very entertaining, very shocking. Me and my friends were jumping out of our seats going, oh my god, this is fucking incredible. This is like a great WrestleMania moment. And it was all built for Cody Rhodes' victory, and they pulled it off really, really well, in my opinion. You know, so Cody Rhodes has made a believer out of me. In my opinion, after all the efforts that he's done, he deserves to be the champion. I really thought Roman Reigns was going to retain. I really did, because I thought they had plans for him to beat Hulk Hogan's record in September, but I was wrong by that. Again, and at the end of the night, you know, he had his celebration with his family. Triple H comes out, Bruce Pritchard comes out, and they have a big celebration before WrestleMania finishes. What a moment. Fucking amazing. Fucking great pay-per-view. Now, what would I have done if I was in charge that I would have added to this? I mean, I'm not saying I could do a better job, but there's just two people I wish were involved in that ending segment. And that's Dustin Rhodes, aka Goldust, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, Cody Rhodes' family was at ringside. His mother, his stepfather, and plus his other family. It would have been nice and only fair if Dustin Rhodes was in the crowd with the family. I know that it wouldn't go down so well because he's AEW property right now, but he was doing tweets at WrestleMania, insulting The Rock, insulting Triple H. And when Cody Rhodes says he's got backup, I thought he meant Dustin Rhodes, his brother. But Dustin Rhodes has been very supported over his brother, Cody Rhodes. I thought it would have been nice if he would have been at ringside celebrating the victory with Cody, or got involved somehow as Goldust to help his brother win. You know, I thought it would be a nice moment to celebrate it with all of his family. Because this is just not for Cody Rhodes, it's for celebrating his father's memory. And for Dustin to be part of that celebration would have made more sense. Now, Austin, I was expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out at some point. Now, what I would have used him for is for him to have a beer bash with Cody Rhodes at the end. You know, where he celebrates the title, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes down to the ring, and he drinks a beer with Cody Rhodes, celebrating his victory. That would have been icing on the cake. I mean, don't get me wrong, the celebration he had was fine. But, in my opinion, can you really have a WrestleMania without Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't know. I really thought he was going to be at the pay-per-view. I mean, there was rumours that he was backstage. But if he would have came out and drank a beer with Cody Rhodes, that would have been icing on the cake to end WrestleMania Night 2. But hey, not complaining. I was satisfied with what I saw. It was nice to see The Rock. It was nice to see Undertaker. It was a nice little touch to see Seth Rollins come back as a member of the Shield. The Usos getting involved. Smoke Eye getting involved. And it was nice to see all of that put together for the build-up of Cody Rhodes' victory. It was very entertaining. Felt like an old moment and it felt like you were a big kid again. So, all I can say for night 2, everybody, is that it was a fantastic night. I mean, night 1 was good, although I had a few problems with some of the matches. But the ending of night 1 was good, you know, well, brilliant. But the ending of night 2 was just topping it all off, you know. I just wish I would have added Austin or Dustin Rhodes as, you know, a little bit of icing on the cake. It would have made more sense. But nevertheless, great pay-per-view. WrestleMania 40 was epic. Glad I stayed up all night to watch it, and it makes me feel like I'm a big kid now because they have announced that this is a new era, the Triple H era, you know, so I don't know what they mean by that. Hopefully we'll go back to TV14, make it more edgier, but if we saw matches like this in WWE from now on, like we saw last night, I'd be more than happy, you know. I really do hope that my love for WWE really comes back full time now, but we'll just have to see. But overall, I'm giving this like about a 9.5 out of 10. That's how much I really enjoyed it. So please leave a comment, everyone. And like I say, if you haven't seen my first review, It's in the description, go and see that. And don't forget to leave a comment for this video also. Great WrestleMania. Possibly one of the best of all time. Really impressed. Thanks everyone and peace out.